And welcome back to Let's Play ESO Aldmeri Dominion, episode 19. Let's see. Because, you know, if it decays to 0, then... No. Potato wax. So I feel like everyone's stealing. And to think I came here only to, run away. Alright. This I did not see. Merchant lords, yep. Person, according to the signs of the house, the greatest of the merchant houses of Abazaning. So Adadin syndicate founded by sure Adadin, a Rengar male known for both his physical prowess and his disarming charm. Then grew and flourished for almost 120 years. Rising Afshir started out as a simple arms dealer. Buying, selling, and trading Redguard swords, orc axes, what of bows. His first customers were the pirates and privateers, having landing his port of call on the trips to more prominent locations. Long before he was making shipping deals with those very same vessels and their crew. As time passes and get added armor and shields to his inventory, seeking to provide a one-stop shopping destination for anyone in need of protection, or those interested in sailing to battle. Pirate crews, mercenary bands, and even privateers in service to one flag or another. Claiming for armor and weapons, the Syndicate sealed quality assurance. The actions led to another lucrative profit line. The Syndicate began serving as broker for mercenary contracts. The leader of the Syndicate, Oran Adadin, rules the business with an iron fist. With him brilliant, the Redguard male treats every negotiation as a battle. Competition as a war. In fact, war has become Adadin's private avenue of trade. Not to keep the family enterprise probably in the wake of the unrevealed calamity that befell each of the merchant houses recently. As my queen is well aware, the machinations of the unknown party I have dubbed the Hidden House continue to be evident, so continue to elude me. I will have answers, I just don't know when I will have them. Oh, are we gonna be the new house? Make sure of that. Right now, Adadin deals in arms and armaments, and contracts and smuggling supplies to all sides of any given conflict. From selling weapons to the Covenant, armor to the Pact, and vital supplies to the Dominion, each side has a goal to pay for its services. It has some power that has held the merchant houses in check, even weakened them with a massive secret attack, and has begun to make moves to put its back into a position of power in Abada's landing. Other concerns... Kashim dealing with Orin and his family, but make no mistake, you have to deal with him if you plan to make a move on his being in Abada's landing. Apple day. Ooh. And sip of natural water. See, I wish I counted, but it's not going to. Well, this might be a problem. I mean, it's not like I'm not allowed up here.
Help! I've been pickpocketed!
Now be killed on sight.
Drop the goods, thief.
Oh no.
Hates to spoil your day, but I have to report you.
Mm-hmm. Prince Hugh and the three-legged race by Petty Vizier. You think I could just take it and just give it back to them? Have Z, Prince Hugh called as he burst into my offices. Is everything ready for the Festival of Blades? I stood trying to cover Corvus Durini. Principles of Conjuration with a parchment. Oh, it's this person. Ah, slash reading Durini again, huh? You know how I feel about magic in the palace, Petty Vizier. It isn't mine, Your Highness. I confiscated from Jinga the page boy. Instantly, you're wearing an official petty vizier turban. I have a magenta and green headwear on the corner of my desk and I'm trying to limit my face. I want to wear a hat. Your Highness, is nonsense. No first seed, but I want to know the preparations. So and schedule. You know how much my people love a good party. They're red guards, Your Highness. They don't really go to parties much or at all. Well, the change now. Are we prepared for a pin the tail on the camel? Yes, Your Highness. Or will we once more gets back from having the splint put on his leg? Bobbing for Gore apples. The towels, fruit baskets, and the towels are all lined up in the west courtyard. Guard's three-legged race? Well, there's a problem, Your Sublimity. Because none of the guards have signed up for the event. They're reluctant because they were already punished Kobold Zarquat after last year's race. He was cheating at the punishment. Well, he still has most of his toes. Even so, I don't believe they'll do it. Humph. He tugged in his mustache irritably. You can assure them that I know they won't cheat by untying their legs because they won't be able to. This was bad. Prince had to have an idea, and it was always bad when the prince had an idea. What do you mean? Won't be able to, asked Worley. Huh? Well, come in here. He called his bodyguard, ducked his head, and then Lintel came in the hallway. Half Z stand in front of that you couldn't earn. So you're in next to a pretty vizier. I shrugged. We took positions. Big door on my side, topping my height by a head and a half. Prince Hugh raised his hands in an arcane gesture. Or that he was about to try a spell. Before I could approach us, it was done. The spell was invoked. The magic surged over me. My left leg welded itself. Lauren's right. No, I cried. Highness, what have you done? Give him a sash yourself, said I. 12. Did you think you were the only one who could read Corvus Durani, Halfsy? I stripped the binding claws out of Corin's preemptory summons and discovered I could use it to bind other things than the will of a Daedra. Impressive, isn't it? Get to him. Meanwhile, Big Doran looked down at magically bound legs and tried to step forward. I had to grab his arms to keep from falling over, and then he nearly dragged both of us down. So he shook his head. It is bad, Master. Don't like it. Make it go away, Master. Well, unbind. It said an inverse spell, but added an invisible gentle flourish that funneled far too much magic into it. And I flew apart, hurled to opposite sides of the room, and the ancient you couldn't earn behind it shattered explosively. Only a swirling cloud appeared, a shattered jar, and a hollow ringing voice cried, "Free, free!" After a neon trap abandoned that sinking jug. I'm free. The cloud rapidly coalesced into an armored torso with a helmed head and four arms, each of which gripped a huge scimitar. May have vengeance on the world of mortals. The scimitars began to whirl immensely. Not to run, but he'd gone head first into my marble bust of Mora and was still stunned. Oh God, use your spell. Bind that thing before it chops into hors d'oeuvre. Prince use eyes goggled with horror. I can't. The unbinding spell drained all my magic. It's up to you, Zafsi. Two scimitars whistled in my head and dashed behind my desk. The thing was between me and the door. It was up to me to bind it. I hadn't cast a spell in months. He shrieked as a scimitar. That should chance off his golden fez. Gone's prison, Halfsy, it's our only chance. Use a container, they're not smashed. Use this. Prince tossed me the magenta and green petty vizier turban. When it came down on my desk, hashing it to flinders. Invaded the turban, cast Corin's perdurable prison. No, the demon cried. It dwindled into the hated hat. I loathe the scent of hair oil, and then it was gone. Trembling, but Prince Hugh blinked and took a deep breath. Oh, it didn't end so badly, did it? Not as bad as the Iron Regatta or that business with the pet Tokugawa. Now, where were we? I held Big Doran up out of the marble, dustily shattered statue. We were canceling the guard's three-legged race, remember? You're right, as you usually are, Brian. I've had up to the gore-wrapping bobbling contest. Using the crust to shoot the fruit off the heads of the losers. Oh, and just get rid of that turban. That didn't work. I mean, why not? How much inventory do I have? Amazing amounts of inventory. There we go. Aware of nothing.
Do I look like a charity for ruffians?
Sorry, I was just reading. The Red Curse, Volume 3 by Ep19. Eagle's voice, like velvet, pulled me toward the sarcophagus. He urged me to place the blade in the sarcophagus alongside his body. My dear benefactors, he whispered a power beyond belief, and filled my head's image of us ruling together as I'd always imagined. I'm continuing to press and I felt cushioned and buoyed along. What is even going on? Well, that happens when I start in Volume 3, but... Well, cushioned and buoyed along as I laid the blade carefully in the ground and grunted through the effort in the lid of Red Eagle's tomb. Still remains the dank smell of the tomb wafting up to my nostrils was intoxicating. Because the moment I had long jumped over, and the voice of Red Eagle gently urged me on, which all came crashing in the moment I laid the blade in his grave. My head was immediately racked with a blinding pain. On the ground, my vision filled with pulsing red light. I could hear somewhere in the distance a creaking skeleton. Red Eagle climbing from the grave. I saw a vision of burning cities, my own flesh melting from the bone, consumed in flames. The voice of Red Eagle cackled down the room, and he circled beyond. Foolish child, he scratched in his inhuman voice. You were no kin of mine. Once I charged, Red Eagle managed to knock the blade from his hand. He up a charge from the room, his menacing laughter turning to roars of anger. Somewhere in my rush to escape, more animal than man, I lost the blade, but must have brought it far enough to trigger some sort of mechanism. Someone was grinding shut beyond me, and the pursuit of Red Eagle was cut off. That's why I now live in fear, locked away in my study, hoping to find some way to the war I've unleashed on the world. Though trapped at any time, another man foolish as myself may set him free. In the world, when that time comes, I fear for us all.
You thieving wretch!
The guards will want to speak with you about that.
No, you're the person from before.
Pickpockets? They'll never touch me.
Uh-huh. Shh. Or nothing. What are you anyways? She always... Wait for the chance.
Stop that, thief!
Is there even a point? How much pickpocketing do they want me to do? Huh, that doesn't work. Am I even allowed it? Yeah.
What do you want now?
This one has many fabrics to offer. See how they glint.
Oh. I was like, wait, you're selling, stuff like that? Here's the thing, I don't even see a point. Yes. Take them all, I'm sure you'd love it. By whomst? I mean, the more I do this, yeah, the more we're gonna have problems. I just read that upstairs. Why you have 2 copies of the same book? I have no idea. That's not a great start, is it?
You're not as sly as you think.
I know. I didn't even increase pickpocket. Anyways. Is that literally just in there?
Pay your bounty, and maybe we can talk.
No. He's an outlaw, no one cares.
I suggest you leave. Now.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure. How did you even know?
You'd better have a good explanation for your actions.
Yes, because I have a quest. To be frank with you, yeah, that's the only reason I'd ever do this. Yeah. What about you? Is dog gonna give you problems? Does dog need incentive to not bark?
Shameless. Simply shameless.
Mm-hmm. Says the cultist. Thrilling filters. Right.
You've got a bounty, eh? Sorry. Perhaps you should speak with the guard first.
Uh-huh. Alright, but with his gauntlet. Any gauntlets have I witnessed? Mighty men in myrrh contending, fitly offering blood and body, faithful fightings, bringing worth and zeal, but with his best and most devoted show they stop at nothing. Pitted, faithful versus faithful, grandly giving all they must to praise their prince so proudly. None can doubt devotion offered freely, tested thus the faithful know who's worthy. Who shall be the conduit of Boethia? Champion of Boethia is also chosen, gauntlet given to test the melee. Those who fear the sword, the mace, the dagger, lack the heart to show our foes no pity. And all will welcome them to Stonefire. Warlock of Boethia wields the magic better than the weaklings of Azura, casting spells to pass the test of gauntlet, showing lesser faithful their position. All must serve the prince in their own fashion. Yes. I'm sure I don't know who Boethia is. Who can chase the stars? Yes, I'm starting to, Oh, this is volume. I read volume 3. At least we're starting to get more and more copies of books. Around my by Dither Penton, The Red Curse, Volume 2. Shivered and wrapped my cloak tighter around myself, following the pointing, gnarled finger of the toothless old Reachman, words croaking out between the hearty chuckles of my discomfort. My eyes followed the path into the hills, resting finally in a distant cave entrance, barely visible through the stinging snow. I assumed myself for the coming trek, though my physical and mental reserves were nearly spent. I knew that my ambitions were closer than ever to being fulfilled. Despite the lateness of the day and the biting cold, I resolved to reach Red Eagle's tomb on that very night. Though the powers granted me by my Daedric benefactors, her great intestinal fortitude was nonetheless. In mouth of the cave, I collapsed exhausted. As I lay there without even the vigor to drag myself inside, hear the flitting whispers and distant horns calling me forth to destiny. Ghostly music in my ears, I crawled into the mouth of the cave, wrapped all that I had around my frame, and dropped into black, dreamless sleep. I woke to the sound of birds and light things still. My youth were pungent to my senses. I retreated quickly into the darkness of the cave, knew that my goal was below in the depths. A warm breath pulsed from the interior of the cave, coming inward. The thrumming horns seemed to echo from somewhere deep below. I felt a tightness in my chest as I followed these guys, hoping to soon reach my much-maligned ancestor. The traps set to dissuade intruders and grave robbers were child's play for my intellect. Precautious, I made my way deeper into the crypt. The cave walls pressed in. Gradually, the rough, rippled rock walls gave way to hewn stone and chiseled murals. You can trace images, caressing Red Eagle's sword as it cut swaths through 1,000 men. And whispering voices and alien horns grew louder, increasing. Pushing my head, my senses low, but my mind alert. I knew that soon after years of research, my ascension was at hand. Thanks. I turned one last corner and found myself in Red Eagle's tomb. Simple and unadorned, a sarcophagus sat on a dais in the center of the chamber. Near on pedestal was Regal's bane, his magnificent blade. In a burst, I ran into it. But over my breath, heavy and quick, the voices, music, silence, Then all comes the heavy, ragged, expectant breath. My hand hovered over the hilt, my fingers grasping and flexing, air mingling with excitement. Then I reached down and grasped a blade, lifting up before me and staring, trying to fix by the side. What came next, my mind almost completely refuses to roll. Such horrors must be locked away lest the brain that contains them be driven mad. Doctor's Divinities. We'll read this next time though, so if you enjoy this video, you know what to do. See ya!